Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Maryland Jockey Club at Laurel Park for a Friday edition of Today at the Races. I'm Dan Ullman along with the Equibase ace, Keith Fuster. We've got 10 on the card today. A little bit of rain yesterday, but a beautiful Friday morning.
Gorgeous to lead us off for this weekend, and what a weekend we have in store with the Laurel Futurity. We've got the Salima. We've got a lot of action, big fields, racing office. Great job, phenomenal job to put together these racing cards. They're going to be a challenge, they're going to be fun, we're going to have some payoffs, lots of other things to enjoy this weekend, so I'm looking forward to it.
Let's take a look at our weather conditions right now. The main track is fast, the turf is good with 65 minutes to post for our opener. Temperature 75 degrees, just a picture-perfect day. You talked about the two stakes races for the 2-year-olds tomorrow, the Laurel Futurity and the Salima. They will be part of our autumn handicapping challenge right here at Laurel Park. $500 buy-in. You get a $250 live money bankroll. Play the races at Laurel Park. It's a hybrid contest. You still can register online and then show up tomorrow and you'll be able to register right here at Laurel Park. Again, the Laurel Futurity and the Salima drew big fields, and when you think of all the great names that have won the Laurel Futurity in the past, it's a who's who in racing.
It is a who's who in racing, and I think back, it's my dad's birthday. He would have been, 88, 89 today, and spending a lot of time at the racetrack with him, and I look back, Devil's Bag. I believe it was 83.
He was such a 2-year-old for Woody Stevens.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So, bring it back, and Dad would have loved to have been here today, no doubt.
Let's take a look at our Laurel Park handicapping guide for you to click your phones and get that QR code and get the handicapping guide, picks, analysis, trainer stats, trip notes, everything for every kind of handicapper. If you're new to the track, you can just take a look at the picks. If you really want a deep dive, check out the trip notes from Will Humphrey, for example.
Mackenzie Pfeiffer's in there with some insight. Callie Francois.
Whole team.
Yeah, whole team. The Rod Dog, he's got some good picks. He catches fire. You better watch out. But again, it provided there for free. I look. We don't want to compare other racetracks. It's a lot of information to digest, but it's information that's been carefully put together and meaningful. And we're betting, so. We've got some skin in the game, and we're going to try to lead you in the right direction.
We do the work so they don't have to.
That's right.
That's the best. That's the best part of it. Sit back and enjoy the handicapping guide. Handicap along with us. We got a fun 10-race card, starting with race number 1. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the bowl game turf course. Starter optional claimer, fillies and mares. Take out the 1, take out the 2. The 11 runs. Jamie Rodriguez takes the mount on Madam Prosecutor. I want to start things off with the number 10, Flame Dancer. This is, of course, the first leg of the 12% early value pick 5. Flame Dancer is on my early value pick 5. Is Flame Dancer on your ticket?
Oh, we can go right to the survey says no.
No.
Again, this is one of these tickets. I made it 18. It could have been 118. It's a tough little stroll through these first 5, through the entire card, but that's what makes this game so great. Sometimes you can turn a little into a lot. I'm going to try to do it. $18 ticket. Again, if you can spread around and use a dance selection, Flame Dancer, please do so, because she has a definite shot in the opener. I go 6-11. Lady Dioro for Mike Pino coming in, and put a little Omaha, a little audible. Peyton Manning, Madam Prosecutor drawing in race 1. The 11 is in, so we go 6-11 in race 1. Scratch the 1 and a 2 out of today's opener. Race 2. 3 and the 5, she's a hot mess. Miss Banks for Kieran McGee. Britton Ortico definitely draw some play. Second off the claim. Race 3, we spread a little bit more. 1, 5, and 13. Yes, you see the 5 there. 30-1 on the morning line. Bella Cativa. Gina Perry's been known to strike with a price or 2. Race 4 with the 1, 3, and 7. Estacada, just a blowout victory last time out. Lovely charm. Navani, my price play in race 4. Whittles down to a single in a wide open race in race 5, but I had to go somewhere. Kobe's Hope, outside to inside move. Angel Cruz, a drop in class. We have a stat for that one as well. There's your hope and a prayer in race 5. $18 ticket.
$18 ticket, very affordable, 50-cent minimum play. Maximize your value with that 12% low takeout. Let's start with race number 1, Flame Dancer. The 10's my top pick. We have a trainer start for Arnaud Delacour. This is what he does very well, dropping horses from allowance to claiming. 9 for the last 26, 35%, a $2.95 ROI. This horse was a maiden winner 2 starts back at Colonial. They tried her against restricted first level allowance company last time out. I thought all in all she ran well. She was wired by a 7-2 shot that day. That race has already produced Secures Hope, who came back to win with an 80 buyer speed figure. Outside post, maybe a stalk and pounce trick.
And again, that speaks volumes. This is a time of the year where these trainers, Delacour, they've got a lot of horses in the barn. They can attack, and when they do, they win a lot. Right there with the Dan Illman stat. Again, I pulled a little bit of a change here when the scratches came in. After scratches, the 1 and the 2 were out. I go to Madame Prosecutor, drawing to the outside. We've got J-Rod up for trainer Kathleen O'Connell, who's won a bunch of turf sprints in her career. I thought the lone turf try, Dan, was good enough. At Monmouth, got a chance to watch it this morning before the show. Lightest of shuffles soon after the start, kind of drafted back off the pace, was stuck down inside. Found some room, kind of followed the winner Mischief Maxie, who I think is a pretty good horse. In tomorrow, has a big chance. I think she just got maybe a little intimidated down inside. I like the outside draw. The speed is going to be provided, I believe, by the 6th, Lady Dior. I think we're going to see an aggressive ride from Michael Sanchez. This horse dropping a little bit for Mike Pino. But I think with a good break, Madame Prosecutor can set up shop just outside and maybe grind that one down. This is an interesting race. I think Frappert looked very good breaking the maiden last time, and Jay-Z's last chance is a horse from off the pace. We have a video spotlight. This one's been knocking on the door for Scotty Wolfendale.
Took the words right out of my mouth. This horse has been on the board in the last 4 starts. Here's the video spotlight for the 5, Jay-Z's last chance. I thought this horse ran well at Colonial in this race. Just kind of didn't break. Back at Laurel Park all the way back. I thought this horse ran big this day, just missing.
Comes out about 9 wide, head of the lane. Jay-Z's last chance. Stays on the left lead, goes over to the left lead, but all in all, a really good effort to close up nearly 5-6 lengths through the final 3/16 of a mile. You see the runner there on the front end getting it done. Just wire couldn't come soon. A little bit later.
What a tough loss.
Yeah, tough loss. I had that one that day. I've been chasing Jay-Z's last chance. Again, saw it, ran into a loose leader. Doesn't really need to set up. She just kind of runs her race from the back of the pack.
Like that her lead changes were a lot better last time out at Colonial. Finished up on her right lead. I think you can make the argument she's the best pure closer in this field if the pace does get hot. Lady Dior was wired at Saratoga last time out by a horse who then came back and earned an 80 buyer's speed figure. I think this time, I agree with you, Lady Dior goes to the lead. Anything quick on Frappert?
Yeah, I thought that win, the return was really big. Basically off a year layoff, settled back, had some flow, went kind of quick. Swung outside, and this horse motored home. The number maybe not quite as good. It's a solid number, but it's visually impressive. This horse wanted that second wire and got it. Katie, also getting that back-to-back win has been elusive for the barn over the last few years. Second off a layoff works. Underneath for me today.
Remember, friends, the AE gets into the opener. Keith likes the 11. Madam Prosecutor, 11-6-4-5. I'm going 10-5, 6 and 11. We'll move on to race number 2, mile and a 16th on the main track, Maiden Claimer. This race for fillies and mares 3 and up, field of 6. First of our pick 4 wagers on the afternoon. 50-cent minimum pick 4, races 2 through 5. Want to start things off with the 3. She's a Hot Mess. We have a video spotlight for She's a Hot Mess, who just missed for me last time out.
Yeah, I think, maybe we would have liked her moved her up a little bit if this track remained off, and she's going second time blinkers. Took the rating early. Just unfortunately worked an inside out trip, couldn't get up in time. There's a little development going on up front, that duel past the quarter pole. You're going to see Brasino work outward, 3 or 4 wide upper stretch, and doesn't quite initially get going, but levels off here back to the correct lead past the 3/16 pole and just makes a good straight steady run. Unfortunately just couldn't get up. I need a beer. A lot of play that day. Just was able to hold on. This was a tough beat for us.
Yeah, I was counting my money at the eighth pole when it looked like she was building up all of that momentum, and you saw her hop back to her left lead right on the wire.
Yep.
That's something that's happened for her now in her last two starts. From a speed figure standpoint, she is right there with these horses and is a very, very dangerous contender. That sort of late kick might get it done, but she is stretching out around 2 turns again, but she's a solid horse. She's hit the board in what, her last 6?
Yeah, she's been steady. And looking at the field, Lorraine's way, I think, is just the speed.
Yep.
Going to go ahead and go. I kind of like this 5 horse here for Kieran. Getting in light, can be able to kind of, has the 2-turn experience under its belt, can go ahead and stalk, make the move, get the jump on a closer like she's a hot mess.
Yeah, Miss Banks's race 2 starts back on dirt. I think a little bit better than it looks. That was a very early move at the 3/8 pole. Karamanos was extremely confident. Why not? This horse was odds on. Moved right to the front. That's a long stretch of Colonial. The horse got tired at the end. Turf to dirt, I think, is going to work well for Miss Banks. How about Teddy's Lucky Girl, the number 4? Another horse going turf to dirt. 2 starts back at Timonium. Maybe this horse didn't break it great, and when you don't break at Timonium and you give up ground, you're in trouble.
Yeah, you give up ground through that opening, quarter of a mile, especially at 6.5 into the first turn. Just couldn't quite get it going. Got nearly enough getting on track past the 3/8 pole. Even from there, I think she stays against this group.
She got the money as the number 2, a horse that might not have cared for wet track last time out at Laurel when behind She's a Hot Mess. 2 starts back at Penn National going a mile, and maybe longer is better for She Got the Money. I thought this horse ran well. 5 path at the back of the field, was steadied a little bit entering the backstretch, and then tried real hard for second behind a 2-1 shot that came back to win.
Yeah, Laughing Fit came back to win. Good enough effort. That was 2 turns. They've got Lorraine's way to catch. Miss Banks, go ahead and get the jump. I think she can hold off. She's a hot mess. Tough little race, but I mean, again, I would have moved the 3 up, given an off track, but we've got a fast track this afternoon. But she is trying.
Is Missy Lou just a little bit too slow on paper? I wonder if maybe getting back to 2 turns helped, but Delaware was in against a runaway going 2 turns. Last time out was outrun when wired by Anita Beer and had to come 5 wide on the turn and into the stretch.
Yeah, she's got some ground to make up, but gets it. He's back. He'll be ready to roll. Yeah, she's got to improve to me at least 4 or 5 lengths.
Nice little maiden claimer, however. 5-3-2-4 for Keith, 3-4-6-5 for me in race number 2. Let's move on to race number 3. As we take a look at this field, we are going 5.5 furlongs on the turf. It's a starter optional for fillies and mares. It's on the Exceller turf course. Take out the 2, take out the 6, take out the 14, and the also eligibles, the 15 and the 16. Super Upgrade is the number 13. Okay. That's going to be my top selection in here. We've got a trainer's stat for Super Upgrade. Mike Trombetta moving claiming to allowance on turf. 11 for the last 48, 23%, $2.42 ROI. I didn't think this horse had the greatest trip the last time we saw her at Colonial. I thought she was pinballed at the start pretty badly, was steadied, wound up sort of near the back of the pack while saving ground. But this horse finished up okay with a good gallop out. And again, I like the confidence they're protecting today.
That's exactly what I got. Protect, check mark, jostled around at the beginning of that race. And the move up off the maiden 16 to the 32 in light tells me she's holding pretty good form. They don't want to lose her.
Bella Cativa, first-time turf with pedigree.
It's a flyer, absolute flyer. When she ran back on September the 12th and gave in so readily, I was like, man, because I really liked her that day. But I turned to Bill, my partner. I said, man, they ought to just try this one on the turf. Success at sunup. Had to have them. Pretty good turf horse in his own right. Take a flyer. Gina Perry's been known to hit with a big number.
Still Game is the number 7 in here for Lacey Gaudette. We have a trainer stat regarding Still Game. Second off the claim, Lacey does very well, 12 for the last 50, 24% to $2.80 return on investment. Now, Still Game is going to have to prove that she can do it on the turf.
Yes, but I think this is the right move at 5.5 when you break down the mile races. Showing a little speed, then it was able to kind of stalk from the 9 hole, make that move into it. Proper rating by J-Rod, could get it done from the back of the pack. And not even from the back, mid-pack probably.
I want to talk a little bit about Cashination breaking from the inside post, because this horse is taking another class drop for Arnaud Delacour, and we've seen Delacour do this. Get the money with these class droppers, also going second start off of a layoff. I just think this filly lost all chance last time out at the break.
Yeah, steadied early, 4 to 5 wide is the comment. Bigger field. Second off of a layoff, the attack mode. We're talking about Delacour here later in the turf season, and this is a one I like her race back in October of 24. Gritty victory without Lasix. I think there's room for improvement on the turf. Has shown it on the scent. I think you might see it today.
The 10 Fani blasted to the front last time out in a maiden race and kept right on rolling for the red-hot Suzanne Stettinius. I think it's too early to pigeonhole her as a need-the-lead type, but does Big Earn the 9 take a little bit of the starch out of her here?
I think that Big Earn for sure from the just inside is going to go ahead and go, but Fani is going up and up and up. The numbers are going the right direction for a barn that is on fire. Yeah, will be a present. I think at least a mid-stretch.
I love this pedigree play. The 5 Bella Cativa, had to have him. Just won the Laurel Dash, likely for our upcoming Maryland Million Turf Sprint. Keith's going with that one at a price. Super Upgrade second for Keith. That's my top pick. 5-13-1-3 for Keith. 13-10-7-1 for me in race number 3. Let's move to race number 4, mile and a 16th. This is an optional allowance claiming event. Fillies and mares, we got a field of 7 in here. It's the first leg of our middle pick 4. We've got 3 pick 4s on our 10 race program today. 50-cent minimum play in our pick 4 wagers. Estocada just romped last time out. Where did the race come from? We're going to watch the video spotlight. She got a really nice trip. She prompted the favorite. They were not going fast at all, but she turned it up in the stretch.
Yeah, How Sweet She Is was the next favorite. You figured, with these internals, especially for the first opening quarter, okay, How Sweet She Is going to be a winner. Estacada just set up shop just right outside of her and was confidently handled. I'm calling this race. I'm like, I'm going to get beat here with How Sweet She Is. Estacada just was, answered the call right there, quarter pole. See you later, drawing off by 11, running away from him through the stretch. Visually, it was strong. I mean, she just powered away. Look at that number, 83. Can she bring it back? That's the question. Gonna have to go a little bit quicker today through the opening half mile, I would think, with Lovely Charm in here. Golden Sword. We'll see what Machado says. What are they going to do? They're going to go ahead and go. But Estacada, I think, has the ability to sit from a little bit further back as well. If she just took the really good rating there.
I wonder if it was the 2 turns that really put it together, and maybe that little layoff before the race at Colonial benefited her, that Colonial race of prep, that the breakout performance, and with this advantageous inside post can tuck in behind the speeds. I think that there's a chance this pace gets hot, though. And I think Navani stretching back out to 2 turns, I think that's what she is at this point in her career, a 2-turn closer.
Oh, yeah, and she beats a key horse in Concrete Phase. She buried Concrete Phase. Now, granted, it was an off-the-turf race, but she handled her. 79 buyer. That was her top that day. Fast track. Then you end up going down to Colonial for a few races. And I think with her running style, the way that track plays, it's not really conducive, I don't think, to those deeper kind of closers. She's going to get a little flow. I think there's going to be a couple horses hook up by the time they hit the 3/8 pole. No reason why Caramano shouldn't be down by the rail when they hit the half-mile pole and just kind of creep a little closer. I think she's got enough finish to run over the top late.
Lovely Charm, the number 3, seems to show up each and every time. She's coming off a good performance at Parks. I was very surprised how far back she was in the early portion of that race, because we know Lovely Charm can stay closer. I do agree with you. I think Golden Sword's a pace presence, but I don't think Lovely Charm's going to let that horse get away.
No, I think she's going to go towards the front. She was part of that race with Concrete Phase. She got beat by Concrete Phase by 6. Back quick, but the percentages speak for themselves with this barn, 38% strike rate. So turnaround is no problem for the Gonzalez horses. So yes, Lovely Charm goes along with Golden Sword with a good break. I think Estacada is close. Can run a little bit of a deeper closer, but I'm counting on Navani. I think she beat the right kind of field back here at Laurel when beating Concrete Phase. She can get it done again at a good number.
Was Haint Blue a one-hit wonder back in April when she popped that 80 buyer speed figure over this course and distance? Because she just hasn't run back to that level yet. Timonium, I'm willing to throw that race out. Is she just another one, though, that needs some pace?
Well, with these horses, sometimes with Hammy, they just jump up.
Yep.
Haint Blue did it, running that number. 74-2 back at Delaware. Timonium just wasn't her game. And I chased her a little bit at Timonium, thinking, what's she doing here? But maybe that was just to kind of, keep her in shape, get her going. Now she's back here where she's run her better races. So Haint Blue, I'm going to use her in here. I don't think there's a whole lot splitting this field. I want to see it one more time from Estacado.
I'm hoping she's turned the corner, but she's just going to be a short price. I understand Keith going with a price with Navani stretching back out in distance. 7-1-3-2 for Keith, 1-3-2 and 5 for me. Race number 5, 1 mile on the turf. It's a maiden claiming event for fillies and mares. Take out the 10, Mischievous Trick. Take out the 12 through the 15. The 11, I Heard Some Things, is going to run. This is the first leg of our 20-cent Chesapeake Pick 6 jackpot wager. If you're the only one to pick the first place finisher in each of our final 6 races, you get the entire pool. The carryover is moving up. We're almost at $2,200. Kobe's Hope is your top selection in this race, and we have a trainer stat for Joanne Schenkel.
All right, between 8:31 and 9:21, 4 for 15. Pretty good run here for trainer Joanne Schenkel, 27% with a positive ROI, just over $2. Kobe's Hope in a big field. I'm going to need this one. If we get through the first 4 with our early pick 5, we're going to need Kobe's Hope. Again, you hear me, Ed, outside, inside move. I love this second time route in a row. Okay race. We're going to get Cruz today. I'm a little bit more experienced rider. Broke a little outwardly and awkwardly. Hung up 4 to 5 wide. Willing enough to the wire for me. And out of that race, 9th place finisher. I know we finished 8th. 9th place finisher came back to run a 61 next here in that race where you tapped champagne. That was a good field. 61. I think we're okay. The dam's only race, lifetime, was going long. Second dam, Tap It. I think long is in the offing here. I think this horse is going to be just fine from the inside. Lilliput goes ahead and goes. Let's slide up into a good stalking position. I think cover will take us a long way today. Come on, Cruz. Set shop just inside.
Hot trainer, better post, big class drop. You mentioned it all. Lots to like about the 1, Kobe's Hope. The 8 is Radiant Tones, and Radiant Tones was the beaten odds-on favorite last time out. She bobbled ever so slightly at the start, but then she recovered, and Queen Rocket, the horse that beat her, just really took the bull by the horns. She went right to the front. I thought that Radiant Tones was going to get the lead. Forrest was very comfortable, put Radiant Tones in a good pocket position, and she just couldn't go with the winner who ran her best race. She's very consistent from a speed figure standpoint. I agree with you that Lilliput can go. But I also think that Radiant Tones is going to be up close. You'll know her when they turn for home. We'll find out how good she is.
Yeah, we're going to find out. And goes first off the claim. The barn I'm not completely familiar with. Can she maintain form in the new barn? That's going to be the kick.
Risky Business is the number 4 in here. Very lightly raced, a lot of upside potential, and another horse getting significant class relief.
Slam dunk winner. She goes back to her, second race on the page. That was last summer, 67. Led a long way on a firm going. Yielding turf course, not so much. Freshened up a little bit, but got another course, I think, with a little bit of give in the ground. She's going to get a lot of play underneath for me. Yeah.
Remember, the also eligible is in the 11 I Heard Some Things. This horse began her career in New York. They tried her at Colonial last time out, and I think a little bit of the class relief worked a long way for her. She tried to work out an in-out trip. She finished well in between horses. I thought it was a promising enough effort first time for this barn. It's not a good post position here. She needs some pace help. She might get it.
Yeah, I got a good rider, though, right? So, he can judge and make some good runs from the back of pack. That's a Rojo. But, the newer surroundings have definitely picked her head up.
1, 4, 8, and 2 for Keith. 4, 1, 11, and 4 for me in race number 5. 5 down, 5 to go on today at the races. We'll take a break. We'll be back with Mackenzie Pfeiffer's late value pick 5 ticket. Welcome back to Today at the Races. I'm Dan. He's Keith. It's a beautiful Friday morning here at Laurel Park. 41 minutes to post. Main track, fast, turf course, good. Let's take a look at the field for race number 6. 5.5 furlongs on the main track. This is for 2-year-olds. Take out the 1, Hard Freeze, the 3, R Thunderstruck, the 7, Golden Sand. It is our jackpot super high 5 race. $1 minimum single winner jackpot offered on race number 6. It is also the opening leg of our late value pick 5 with a low 12% takeout. Please take advantage of our value pick 5s. First 5 races, last 5 races on every Laurel card. Both have carryover potential. Our friend and colleague Mackenzie Pfeiffer has a ticket.
I actually know somebody who hit one the other day for a pretty good score. I'm not going to mention
I
names.
appreciate the pastries. They were good.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah. Tasty. Yeah. A little beverage next time in the refrigerator wouldn't be bad, but no. Let's go, Mackenzie. What do we got? Race 6, going to start you off. A little bit of a spread. 1A, 4, 8, and 11. Impressiveness is in part of the entry. Scratch the plain 1, the 3, and the 7 in race 6. Tough race to get you going. Race 7 with the 2, 6, and 12. Dr. Hyde off the claim for Brittany Russell. You don't see that a whole lot, Darstable. Claim down at Colonial. See what this one brings to the table this afternoon at Laurel Park. Race 8 with the 1 and the 3. Cap Class seat, Cocopelli Girl. 8-1 on the morning line. I like that horse a little bit. I just don't know how good she can be. And she's in razor sharp form for Bernie Houghton. Race 9 with the 2 and the 9, Boppy O. And wow, what a summer, sitting there at 20-1 on the morning line for trainer Chucky Lawrence. We're going to wrap things up in race number 10, this highly competitive, contentious, late value pick 5 with that 12% takeout with the 1 and the 10. Corrales, and Jose Corrales, she trusts in race 10. It's a $48 ticket.
$48 ticket, low 12% takeout. Take advantage of that low takeout, maximize your earning potential. Let's start with impressiveness, the 1A, the other half of the entry, Hard Freeze scratches. Impressiveness stays in. We have a video spotlight for impressiveness, who made her debut earlier in the meet.
I thought it was quite good. Sent on a hard chase. Moe's Glitter, that Kieran McGee first-time starter, just opened up, widened by about 5 or 6 into the turn. And it was basically over from there. But I thought impressiveness, all in all, after this hard chase, gets kind of put in tight here past the 8th pole. We're going to see this.
A little pinch there. Bump.
Little pinch for Rooney, and then to the left lead. But effort, still trying very hard to the wire. I like that. I like the experience under the belt. This one stays for Ness. We've seen this movie before. I think with a good break, some proven speed to be forward enough, and that willingness to finish, I got her on top. Him on top.
I'm curious of one of the first-time starters, the 8, Hell of a Hillbilly. I know this horse only sold for $4,700 as a weanling. She's a West Virginia bred, first foal out of a stakes place dirt runner named Hell of a Fire. There's some class, graded stakes class, deep in the pedigree. Just scanning the work tab. This horse worked a bullet 5/8 on September the 14th, and so did one of Jerry Robb's nice older horses the same time. That was Green-Eyed Monster, a horse we know that's won a few times, is capable of earning a buyer speed figure in the low 70s. I wonder if they work together. If they did, I think Hell of a Hillbilly is going to be ready to go.
That caught my eye. Sharp improvement from that 5/8 over the muddy surface to the 5/8 over the fast going here at Laurel Park. Big move in the morning. Like that mare, too. I was a fan of hers.
I think Kieran was prepping what you say now on turf for that career debut at Colonial. This one's by Mosler. We've seen the Moslers excel on dirt here.
I got a little stat for Kieran I wrote down, Dan. 5 for 18, turf to dirt, 28% with maidens over the last few years. 270 ROI. Yes, this is dirt breeding. I think you'll see, the number holds close to it. It's a winner. So I think if this horse moves up at all, it's going to be just fine.
I've been chasing Claudio Gonzalez, first-time starters, with no success, which means the 5 case of the Mondays is going to be a winner today for Claudio. First Mondays has gotten off to a nice start with his first-time starters.
We had a Hammy Smith first Mondays get it done last week. Full sib, 1 second out with a 65 buyer. Yeah, Dan was on race. They've all been coming out. I mean, Golden Sands ran big. We're going to see that horse is scratched out of here. Is going to run, Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah, so to take notice of that one. Keeps this one in case of the Mondays.
Good race for 2-year-olds. 1A, 6, 8, and 5 for Keith. 8, 1A, 5, and 4 for me. Race number 7, 1.125 miles on the Exceller turf course. Starter optional claimer for 3 and up. Take out the 1 Modica. Take out the 13 final drama. The 15 surprise package. The 14 mortal sin does run. The 14 does run. Daniel Centeno aboard the 3 Quistmer. This is the first leg of our final 50-cent pick 4 of the afternoon. Early, middle, and late on this card. Pick 4 races 7 through 10, 50-cent minimum wager. Dr. Hyde is your top selection in here. This horse did not have a good trip last time out.
No, did not. We'll go to the video spotlight from September the 3rd at Colonial. At this 1 mile and a furlong distance, Dr. Hyde is down towards the inside, trying to make its path and finding some room, just doesn't. Coming here to mid-stretch, a steady progression up towards the leaders. Here we go. Got space. No, it's going to have to alter route as that leader drifts in, just when it looked like he was gathering his best momentum. But look at the finish. Digging back in, out finishing that horse just to the outside. Claim for 16, now protected for Brittany Russell, David A. Ross. You just don't. I thought it was an interesting. You got a couple horses claimed out. Captain Dusty for Trombetta. So I'm going to kind of work around those two. This is an extremely tough race for me. I'm hoping I can get close to 5 or 6 to 1 for this Russell runner.
I think there's some speed that'll set things up for Dr. Hyde. And what I've noticed watching some of his races is he is a true stayer. He's really going to appreciate this mile and an eighth distance. You'll know Dr. Hyde at the end of this race. I'm just going to go for a little bit of a price with the 12. Fight No More Forever.
Right.
This is a horse. We've seen Fair Hill horses come over here, shed 20, 30 pounds, and run well at Laurel Park. So why not Fight No More Forever, who won going 1 mile and 5/8 at Fair Hill last time out and is now dropping, 18 pounds? But it's not like that's the good race on Fight No More Forever's card. Ever since they brought this horse back this year, it's been one good effort after another. I thought he ran fine for 16, 2 starts back. I want to give Fight No More Forever a chance if this pace gets hot, because I really think Forrest's only chance is to tuck in that last down on the rail and hope to get lucky.
Yeah, if you want a rider from the 12 hole to work out a trip,
Agreed.
Really good one you got there in Forest Boys.
Captain Dusty, I thought it a pretty good trip going 1 mile and an eighth last time out
trip
for Sarah Nagel. Inside out, only finished evenly. Dr. Hyde had much more trouble in that race. I guess you could argue, and I'm going against this argument, maybe you're supposed to take Dr. Hyde out of that race. I do like Captain Dusty's tactical speed. Interesting, as you mentioned, that Trombi took him.
Yeah, the 2-back try at this distance is good enough, and a protect move, right? Not in. I think this horse plays. Yeah, I don't know what happened last time. That horse was set up to win here at the quarter pole, angled out and just came up dead empty.
I think the 8 Italian Symphony is sitting on a big race, Keith. I thought this horse ran really well, 2 starts back at Monmouth, 5 wide entering the far turn, bumped in the stretch. Just the trip was awful. And then last time he caught one of the hottest horses on the grounds, Bodie Cream, who got away with murder on the lead. Italian Symphony was trying real hard in the stretch. I think he's a good price, and I've been waiting for Dan Ward to get off the schneid.
That was a race we like. Passion as a possible upsetter, but Bodie Cream, you look at the flow, and that guy just loved it. Back to a condition claimer today. Or to a condition today with the 3. Yeah, Italian Symphony is a definite player for me.
Was drilling the gold to 7 a little bit too aggressive last time out, going after the leaders? I realized the pace wasn't very fast, and I know he was a pace-pressing winner 3 starts back, but I wonder if they revert to the tactics that worked so well for him at Laurel on Halloween last year, coming from out of it.
Yeah, possibly. Again, you're looking at the race. Quistmer goes.
Yeah.
Drilling for gold. I think these two could carry it a long, long way. That's the Pompey runner, the 3, in from those tries at Monmouth. And I thought it was a really good try 2-back in the handicap, open company against American Unity.
Dr. Hyde, though, coming off that tough trip, going to try to pay dividends off the Brittany Russell claim. 210.89 for Keith. Just a flyer. Come on, Fairhill. 12, Fight No More Forever.
Yeah, this is a race. Demand, I
please
think
take
5,
value.
6 to 1. You have to. A horse like Baby Oscar was hampered by traffic
Terrible
last time.
trip last time.
Behind Elusive Image. There's plenty. Even Addicted to You had a lot of trouble, and the pause is kind of heating up.
It's one of those races where likely trip's going to be the determining factor once again. 12, 10, 7, 3 for me in race number 7. Race number 8, 6 furlongs on the main track. Optional allowance claiming. Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. We got a field of 7 in this race. Cap Classique we have a video spotlight to show Cap Classique, and I think this horse is just going to appreciate cutting back in distance. She tracks 3 wide. She makes a really early bid to the front, and she just gets tired at the end.
Yeah, it makes us, you hit that long stretch at Colonial. Sometimes it's just a little bit too much to get done for these horses, but all in all, not bad. Off a little bit of a freshening, stretching out, first time, going a mile if I remember correctly, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
on dirt.
Yeah, on dirt. So a little bit unfamiliar territory, but the right kind of tightener, leading back, shortening up in distance for Brittany Russell, and her horses do quite well when doing so.
They certainly will. And Cap Classique's just getting tired. Maybe it was the distance, maybe it was the early move, and this is a pretty decent horse that runs her down in the stretch. But as we take a look at our trainer stat for Brittany, route to dirt sprint has been a powerful move. 11 for the last 24, 46% to $2.93 ROI. Talk me on to the 3, Cocapelli Girl.
Yeah, and real quick about Cap Classique, the only thing I'm a little concerned about when looking at the horses out of that race, they haven't come back to run real fast. That's my biggest concern. She's run well. She's proven over this course. The stat speaks volumes. She's a must-use to me, and you're exact. Albeit it's going to be a short price. Cocapelli Girl just looks like a horse getting better and better and better for Bernie Houghton. He came down here. He
never
won.
loses when he comes here.
No, when he comes down here, he's just sly. It just gets it done. It's 33% the last 90 days is Bernie with an ROI of 226. This filly's going for her 5th straight, and she beat an okay horse in My Flicker. My Flicker's run against similar types of fillies and mares in Maryland has fared just fine. She came out of that race around a 70 behind Alani. Why not? Looking at this field, who's the true speed? Maybe it is Top Gun Girl,
Top Gun
right?
Girl.
To go
Very
ahead and
dangerous
go.
speed.
But I think Cocapelli Girl didn't get away the greatest in that shorter field, but was able to get position and was just dog it down through the final 1/8 of a mile to go by My Flicker. I think if we can get close to that kind of a number, absolute must use to stalk and make a move into it.
If the 2 and the 3 do battle, it sets things up for Cluck Cluck, who's turning back in distance in raging good form, has been 1st or 2nd in the last 7 starts, including a win at Timonium last time out. This horse is capable sprinting. I just wonder if maybe at this distance is a little pace dependent.
It's a little too sharp. Yeah, and it's similar to like Good Night, God Bless, Kissed by an Angel, and Safe Trust. Similar kind of styles. Safe Trust is a horse I liked last week. Scratch, it goes here. Might have moved up a little bit more in my books on an off track, but let's talk about Top Gun Girl. What do you think? You think she's a little bit better on the turf than the dirt? It's hard for me to get a true read,
I
but
think
not
it's
much
very
speed.
tough to get a true read, but I think that she's the speed of the race, and I think if you look back to some of her dirt starts, no excuse maybe 4 starts back other than the fact that 7.5 is too long. It was a wet track, and the horse Pagal was the favorite. They tried to rate her 3 starts back, and she was just completely blocked through the entire stretch, so I draw a line through that race. The Colonial race does not look great 2 back, but it was without Lasix, and I thought she was on a dead rail battle, on a deeper outside part. The rail was golden that day. She battled with the horse on the lead. I'm willing to give enough excuses, and I like that Ness, was able to jump in for 50. This horse is lone speed and is very dangerous if he gets loose.
Smaller sample size, but a little stat. 3 for 9 the last few years, turf to dirt, and these optional claimers, first off the claim. But yeah, I think you're going to see Sanchez just go ahead and go.
Good field in here. We know Cap Classique on the go back has shown stakes form. It's whether she can stay close if the pace is moderate. 1-3-2-7 for Keith, 1-7-6-4 for me. Late daily double time, race number 9, mile and a 16th on the bowl game turf course. 3 and up, optional claiming allowance event. Take out the 1, Mystical Curlin. Take out the 10, Devil's Harvest. Bapio and Curly Larry and Mo. They come out of a common race. We have a video spotlight to show.
Dave will have fun with this one if they head down to the final furlong together. Bapio, Curly, Larry, and Mo. Bapio had a little trouble in this race, and I probably should have shown it. That's my bad. Take our word for it. Into the first turn, had to steady a little bit, and forced wide. Continued 3 or 4 paths off the inside. This is the move I like. Is you're able to kind of navigate in between horses. Curly, Larry, and Mo gets the jump with a little change of tactics, sitting this particular afternoon, and then Bapio just kind of keeps grinding and grinding. Just can't hold off this horse from the outside. But all in all, really good effort. This horse has got some back class too. Second off the claim for Ricky Silliman.
Source won the With Anticipation as a 2-year-old in his turf debut, and he seems to have maintained his form. He fits very well for the $40,000 level. It looks like he's got a little bit of tactical speed as well. The 3 has won an award, and that's your top selection in here for Jorge Duarte. And this horse is getting significant class relief.
That's, I'm hoping. It seems like it might be just enough relief. This horse has been trying against some really, really good horses. I like his positioning in here. I don't think he needs to be too far back. With a scratch of Devil's Harvest, who I thought a fresh horse off the bench here for West was going to go ahead and go, you've got this one out. I think he can lay closer. He's going to have to. Mosler time, Curly, Larry, and Mo looks like the targets. I think Curly and Larry Moore, I love that improvement last time, or that change to sit. But I think this guy can make like that second run into the leaders and be right there. I think he's going to fight, especially against this class of horses, through that final 3/16 of a mile.
Faced 2 strong next out winners in that last race. The runner-up came back and he popped an 89 Beyer speed figure, winning at Colonial. The 4 Boyas is sort of the question mark in this race, isn't he? I mean, we haven't seen him in such a long time, over 230 days, but he was keeping really good company at Gulfstream Park last time out, and I thought maybe he was kind of over and behind horses a little bit in the stretch. Looks like this horse has been privately purchased.
Privately purchased, yeah. Higgins Boat and some of these other horses that run well down at the fairgrounds and some graded stakes company. Yeah, it's off 238 days. What are we going to get from this Kerry Bryan runner? Anybody else? I think Rodman likes the 6 a little bit. Can Group.
This horse was purchased for $44,000 at a digital sale, immediately paid dividends last time out at Colonial, and why not? You take a chance buying a horse like this because you won a grade 2 as a 2-year-old. He finished 4th in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf, and maybe a little TLC off the layoff can get this horse back into form. That was a confidence-boosting win.
Yeah, that was a good win. I know Humphrey, Bill, wrote a really good write-up on this horse. He was visually impressed with Can Group. Past 3 years claiming to allowance on the turf nest. 9 for 28, a 32% strike rate.
He kicks hard in the stretch, this horse. Watch him late. 3-2-5-6 for Keith, 2-4-3-9 for me. We'll wrap things up with race number 10, 5.5 furlongs maiden claiming event. Take out the 2 morning line favorites. The 6 Ginger Snap, the 9 Cupid's Choice. That meant I had to do a little bit of changing around in here, but you're going to go with the 1, Tip Mani. Tip Mani ran into a freak first time out and Just Filtered.
Yeah, Just Filtered, just too good. Doc's Miracle next out at Timonium with a little adversity into the far turn. Speed, proven speed, and some stamina, some heart. Got me to the top after our late adjustments with a scratch of the 2 favorites.
He should show some speed in here, shouldn't he, Tip Mani? And again, Jose's horses just seem to improve after a race or 2. They rarely win first time out. Second, third out.
And we got a little stat here as well. Last 3 years, 2-year-old Maiden's 3rd career start here at Laurel Park. 3 for 13, 23% with a 289 ROI.
I scratched into Tip Mani in the program after Ginger Snap scratched, but I'm a little curious now on Mo Probable going out for Kelly Breen. I like that Kelly's given this horse a 5/8 of a mile work up at Monmouth. It is interesting to note, however, this horse has a ton of turf in the pedigree, and I wonder if this is some sort of a prep swap.
Yeah, I'll toss in the 8 as well. The first-time starter for Salzman Jr. does a really good job. Jockey-trainer combo catches your eye. It better. Some really brisk workouts on the go back, leading in with a couple 5/8s. I like the build up here.
I'm definitely using that. Talk me on the Zirconia, please.
I just think the horse, when you're looking at it, Sib's much better on the dirt, is what I've got written down. Rated, inside, no threat. Maybe we go ahead and go.
I also think Barbados Bulldog deserves a chance because the last 2 times on dirt, hit the board, tried hard at Colonial, 2 back, made a nice big move up the inside and was just kicked down late by a shorter priced horse. 1-2-8-10 for Keith. 7-1-10-8 for me in race number 10, the finale at Laurel Park. Best play time. Where are you going?
Yeah, we're going to just back up a race, right? The 1 an award in the 9th, number 3 for Jorge Duarte. Horacio Caramanos got the win on a horse over here. Armando Juarez, guy to the right of me. Good job, good job. But 1 an award, I think just the slightest the class drops, he can lay close enough and grind it out. He didn't have that big move, but I think he's a trier. Fits here.
My value play needs a trip from a tough post, but race number 7, the 12, Fight No More Forever, 20-1 on the morning line. Again, the horse has been in good form, scored at Fair Hill, a lot of weight off this afternoon. 21 minutes to post for race number 1 on a beautiful Friday morning at Laurel Park. Main track fast, turf course is good. Callie Francois, Mackenzie Pfeiffer, Dave Rodman will take you through the afternoon's action. Let's go up to the voice of Maryland Racing, the voice of the Preakness Stakes. Dave Rodman for scratches and changes.
All right, good luck.